Hello and welcome to Healing From Within. I'm Kerry and I'm the creator of the Healing From Within community. Thank you so much for joining me on my videos here. And thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel to help it to grow. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, I ask you to do that. And please share this video with anyone that you know that is struggling with deep depression and past trauma and brokenness and heartache and going through a nasty divorce or anything that deals with the mental health, because I am so passionate about helping others who deal with this, just because I myself have really dealt with this in my life, and I'm on a journey of completely healing from deep within. And as I learn all the keys and tools to heal, I share them with you guys, and then hopefully that will help you too. And so yeah, I just asked you to come onto this journey with me. And as you know, as you can see, that I've taken a bit of a break from doing these videos. I took a little break just to work on me. I shared with you on my last video that I'd found some things really that was tripping me up. Just little things that I didn't realize that was hindering my growth. And so I've been on this journey for quite a while now, and for a couple of years, a few years now. I'm just working through all the horrible things that's happened in life, trauma and brokenness and deep depression. And I discovered all these ways to heal. And I, like so many of you, really thought that when you struggle with depression, it's for life. That depression, when it takes over your brain and it's completely taking over your life, it's for, I thought it was for the rest of your life. You're on the antidepressants and it's an illness that's taken over and you're stuck with it now. But I'm so glad that I found that that's not true, that there is a way to heal. There is a way to rewire and heal the brain. A lot of hard work, especially when you've been stuck in a certain way, a certain pattern of negativity, a pattern of brokenness and trauma, and it's already taken over. It's really been a journey and a half to try and rewire my brain and change it. But I was really determined. I didn't want to stay there where I was at. I knew I had to heal. I had to change. There was no way of staying there. It was either stay there and end up ending life, or changing, because there's just no way. So I am so grateful that I found the keys and tools to heal. And you know, I shared with you on the last video that I'd found that when, you know, there was a few things in my life that was tripping me up, like when a toxic person from the past reared their ugly head and came back to try and just throw me off, I fell apart instead of being able to deal with it. And so I've taken some time to work on me, to work on why I still had triggers and how to deal with them when they come up. So I'm so thankful that I keep finding all the answers, and I research and I start listening to these teachings on podcasts and applying these things to my life. So I'm so grateful for people like Jay Shetty and Lewis Howes, who actually do a lot of interviews with like professionals, do a lot of interviews with like doctors who are professionals in these areas, like a narcissistic doctor who talks about it, a doctor who deals with depression and mind and gut combination of how they trigger from one another. So many podcasts there that I've got so much from. And then there's Dr. Caroline Leaf with the Brain Detox, who is a neuroscientist and talks about rewiring your brain and healing your brain, and learning new methods to really to train yourself and to heal yourself. So I am so thankful for these people. And Master Sherry Kashner, who teachers on the law of attraction and meditation and breath work. And so these people have really inspired me and changed my life. So I took a little break to work on me, and I feel like we're always going to be on that journey, and especially if we've really dealt with deep depression, if we've gone through some nasty traumas in our life like I did, like so many of you have, then sometimes we just have to find that we need to take a break. We need to work on these things and work on ourselves. And for me also, being my age, I hit a time of where my hormones was going haywire and crazy, and I'm sure that played a part. So if any of you can identify with this, like I knew that I was hitting menopause. I knew that I'd been in it for years because I'd heard different symptoms and different things, but I definitely knew that I was hitting it because all of a sudden my journey of healing, I was not able to do all the things I was doing before. I was like hitting some walls, and I kept bursting into tears all the time for no reason. Mid-conversation, I'd be crying, and I knew that there was something not right. I took myself along to the doctors trying to get some help. I did push and I did get some help, but you know what? I am so grateful for these teachers that I follow, because Lewis Howes happened to do an interview with an expert, a doctor on menopause. I think the name is Dr. Mary Claire, and I was watching this and I got so much from it, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know that you go to the doctors and you find out about menopause, and yes, they've started helping me, but there was none of that. It was more like they want to throw antidepressants at you and throw different things like that at you. I did go onto some hormones because I knew I needed something, but I got more answers from watching Lewis Howes than anything. And I was watching and I was taking notes, all the things I did, and I looked on the doctor's websites, and really researching what I need to do and what I need to change in my life to help me with this. So I don't know about you, but like if you dealt with trauma and depression and just heartache and brokenness like I have, then it's like an added thing that when we go through these changes, because all of us do, men and women, we all go through these changes in middle age. It's just natural. We're going to go through it. And I was going through mine, but I felt like I was a little scared because I felt like I was going backwards. And yet I'm still doing the breath work. I'm still doing the meditation, the gratitude journals, and going to see the sunrise at the beach in the morning and saying all the things I'm thankful for and doing my daily affirmations over myself. So I'm still doing all these things, but I was like, I think that's why I was allowing things to trip me up. Like, when an ex comes up and starts, spewing and being nasty again, or when somebody tries to speak nasty to you or do something just to bother you or whatever, I would just fall apart. But also if I was in a conversation with somebody, like, and it was kind of a touchy subject or just anything really, I just kept crying, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? I worked on these things. I'd done so much work, and I was getting frustrated with weight because I'd got into a place where I was eating salads daily, and that was all I was eating, drinking lots and lots of water, and walking the whole boardwalk and back, like 5 miles every day and things like that. Nothing was working, nothing. And I realized that I needed some help with my hormones. So, I took myself to the doctors. But my gosh, I am so grateful that people like Lewis Howes and Jay Shetty and these other ones that were doing these podcasts and interviewing experts, because it's right what I needed right now. I was listening and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what's wrong with me. That's all the things that I'm dealing with, all of them. And so I got all my answers all the things I needed to do to change and to help myself. So I wrote down all the notes, and I just was like, okay, researching. I'm going to do all these things and apply them to my life. So I'm just grateful, and I'm grateful that God, universe has led me to these people to watch their videos. I am so glad that I'm on this journey, and I just want to encourage any of you, if you're dealing with that, if you dealt with depression and brokenness, but then you're hitting menopause too, that, oh my gosh, you really need to listen to this podcast by Lewis Howes, and where he's interviewing Dr. Mary Claire, who's an expert, and she has a team of people, doctors, and there's a website, and my gosh, the things the teacher she's teaching, it's like, wow, okay, it will change your life. So I recommend you watching that if you are struggling. But even guys too, you know, go through the changes too, hormonally and everything. And I think that that can play a big part. That can really like mess with us, and also, you know, just start like, we feel like we're going downhill again, but really it's like the hormones on top of that. So for me, this is a journey of always evolving and always working on myself, and trying to apply all these different things, methods to my life to change. But I promise you that if you're struggling with depression, you can heal. You don't have to stay there. If you're struggling with past traumas, you know, honestly, I promise you, if you go back through my videos, you'll see that I've dealt with so many horrible traumas from childhood to now, to, you know, like through my whole life. I dealt with so many traumas. I don't know why, and I don't care anymore. You know, I used to ask that question, why is it that I've had more traumas? And I think what we used to put that in my brain is others would say to me, I've never known anyone to go through as many traumas as you. I've never known anyone where it's like you just finish one bad situation, hard time, and then another happens, you know, like a death, homelessness, a sickness to change your life, a sickness in your children's life, you know, a terrible divorce, just horrible things one after the other. And I think that others would put that in my brain, and then I'd be like, then that's when you get woe is me, right? And you can't see the answers because you're so depressed. And that's a thing that I found is like, when you're so broken and depressed and you just reliving the traumas over and over and over in your mind, and you're like, kind of, woe is me, and understandable. So I'm not coming against you if you kind of get like that, you know, because I know that people get like, oh, you're just such a victim, and they're horrible to you, you know. And I've heard that before with other people saying about other people, and I've even had it said to me, you know. And I get it, how you can get into that state. But for me, I don't want to stay there. I knew I'd become a victim because it was too many traumas, and I felt like I was always coming up for a hit, for a bit of air, and then go back down again. It was like someone drowning, and you're swimming and swimming and swimming, and you go up, and then you come down again, up, and then you come. That I felt like that was my whole life. And I think that when you get into that, it's like you keep attracting more bad times, more traumas, because you are negative. It's like the negative energy attracts more negativity, if you get what I mean. So it's no wonder I was always like, come up for air, and then, but even at that time when I come up for air, I was still like broken from the last trauma, and then another one would come and I'd go back down again. But since I've really changed my outlook and my thought pattern, things are different, because I've changed the way I think. I'm like, no longer do I expect bad things to happen, because they're not gonna, you know. And if things happen around me, I quickly go to watch these teachings by these different people, and I apply the methods to my life, like the Dr. Caroline Leaf, her brain detox of how to rewire and train your brain to be different, think different. And I watch Lewis Howes and Jay Shetty, and there's so many more that I've discovered as well that I watch. I've been watching like some podcasts by like the narcissist doctor. She's like an expert, a therapist expert, and I watched that and I realized, what's happened in my own life and what I need to change. And now I watch this podcast by Lewis Howes and I'm like, wow, this is what I need right now about the menopause. And so, you know, like I will do all these things and I'm constantly doing the daily affirmations and the gratitude. And I've got this little book that today when I was writing all the positive affirmations over myself, sometimes when I can't say them so much, I just start writing them down. And I think I've told you before, I'll go through the alphabet if I'm really struggling. So today I actually did that. I wrote everything beginning with A, positive affirmations over myself, everything beginning with B, everything beginning with C, D, E, F, G, and went on through the alphabet and wrote them all down. Sometimes I just do that just to get myself thinking and get myself saying the positive affirmations. So I just really want to encourage you, you know, like I know depression, when it gets you, like it got me in the past, when it did get me, honestly, I was suicidal. I couldn't think straight. Your mind is a fog. You can't think straight. All you think about is negativity. But when you think about negativity, then you bring on more negativity and it's like a vicious circle. And if you look at brain scans, you will see a depressed brain is dark and withered. Watch Dr. Caroline Leaf's teachings because she shows you, she has some diagrams and she has like this kind of a tree that she shows you what happens to your brain, and it's like withered when you're negative and trauma happens, and when you're depressed and when you even speak negative, think negative, it's like it goes like looks like these withered trees. But as you start to speak positive constantly, the trees start to come to life and vibrant. They've done brain scans to show this. So it's actually true. It does do this. And watch her teachings, because I can't explain it like Dr. Caroline Leaf does. She's got lots of books out on it. But I promise you, you have to do the work. You can't just read them and watch these great podcasts every day and not do the work. You have to put in the work. But you know what? I did the work and I'm still doing the work. And as I tell you, I just took a little break from doing this because I realized that, you know, I needed to take some time to work on me and to work on my own inward self and find out the reasons why I was falling apart and tripping up. And I realized that now that I've had a lot of blood work and realized that I'm in menopause, and you know, I had my womb out years ago, so I had a partial hysterectomy, so that kind of pushed it for me. But I've been going through it for years, but I finally hit that peak where it was like I was struggling. And so I so appreciate Lewis Howes for his teachings today. Well, I'm not sure, I watched it this morning, but I got so much from it, way more than going to the doctors. And I realized what I have to do, how I have to change so many things about me. And now they did give me hormone patches to try, but I realize now it's like, I realize what diet I really need to have, what kind of exercise I need to have from watching that. And my sleep is very, very important, and less stress, no stress. And I have definitely all of a sudden started putting boundaries for myself. And then what she was talking about today is she was saying about putting boundaries. So I got so much from it. I'm just so appreciative of these people who were doing these podcasts, because I am benefiting from it. And so I am just grateful. And I ask you to come on this journey if you were struggling with depression. I know I'm not alone, that that there's so many people. There's thousands and thousands of people, and I see these groups and people posting on them, and I really want to constantly just tell them there is a way, there's answers. But of course we're all on our own journey and we're at different stages and we're finding out for ourselves. But I just want to encourage you, there is a way to heal. If I can do it, believe me, people thought I was a lost cause, that was it for me, that I was stuck in this depression, I was a lost cause. So I promise you, if I can do it, you can. So I ask you, go back through my videos and see all the different keys and tools that I found, because obviously I can't share them all on one video, but I put my first 9 steps in a little book, so I'll put the link below. My first time of kind of like writing a book and putting one together, but I'm in the process of hopefully making better books, but it was my first try. So but I put my first 9 steps in that little book, so I'll put the link below, and I'll put the link to Lewis House's podcast, and on my Facebook page, Healing From Within, I put every podcast that I watch on there so that you can watch them. So I always do that. I upload everything I watch, but I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a great answer, that's the inspiration, that's the key, that's the tool. I put it on that page. So please go over to my Healing From Within Facebook page, and you'll find all the links on there. And then I just put some different inspirational quotes and different things that I find on there every single day, a few times a day. So anyway, please come on this journey with me. Let's do it together. Let's spread our positivity to each other, and let's change the world together, but let's heal together. You know, we can be an inspiration for one another. If you've got keys and tools that I've never found and that I don't know, please share them with me, because I want to know too. You can put comments below and share with me your keys and tools. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.